Matthew here from the MiniWarGaming Forge, and I figured since this channel is pretty new, it's probably good to start with a bit of a tour of the Forge. Now this is not going to be like a tour of the MiniWarGaming bunker, which would take a long time, because the Forge right now is just one room, but it's a room that I think is pretty cool. Let's go take a look. I don't have the sign redone yet, but we'll get to that. So this is the MiniWarGaming Forge. There's James. So we've made some improvements, or I should say James did most of the work. But, so what we have here, obviously we have lots of storage. All sorts of stuff. James has his own workstation now, where you can slice and dice all the stuff for the software. We got fun stuff over here. This is my messy workstation. Hey, we got new Blood Angels with the new Leviathan stuff. And building my Tyranid fleet. But that's okay, that's a separate subject, maybe for the other channel. So as we come back here, on the right we have our Prusa Mark IIIs. Now, I love the Prusa Mark IIIs. If you want to buy one, use my affiliate link, and then we can get some commissions and fund this channel so we can make even more stuff for you. Now, the Prusa Mark IIIs are great, but I have to say my favorite, even though they're a little noisy right now because we haven't turned down the fans yet, are the Bamboos. So the Bamboo X1 Carbons are by far my favorite FDM printers. So they're a little noisy right now, so let me just turn down the volume. Okay, we're good. Just so you know, if you ever switch to the textured plate, for some reason the default chamber goes to 100% fan, which you don't need it. 50% works just fine. And they're very noisy that way. So we got this nice metal shelving up. So now we can support more bamboos, but 3 for now. And we're printing up terrain for a new project that's going to be an industrial table. So we've got all sorts of cool pipe stuff, that Atmos Seeker design, and then a bunch of stuff from War Scenery. I'll put links in the description below to these different places. But more on that project will be later. Essentially, we're making this huge 6 foot by 4 foot table in 2 by 4 squares or sections that'll have fog going through it and lighting, LED, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be awesome. And back here, cranking out miniatures and other stuff, are my 3 Frozen Sonic Mighty 8Ks. If you're asking me what my preferred resin printer is right now, it's these guys. I say right now because technology constantly changes. Although they did release an update that soon I'll be getting a new piece of equipment for this that might make them print up to 6 times faster, but I'll talk about that later when I have a chance to test it out. And our washing system, we do a triple wash of alcohol. That way you don't have to change it quite as often. And a very expensive range hood. If you're ever going to do resin printing, I can tell you, you got to have your protective stuff. So a range hood for the fumes, we use masks, and then nitrile gloves. Regular latex won't do, the resin just eats right through it. I got a couple old Ender 3s there I'm not using anymore because they're just not as good. But if you're on a budget, they're a good place to start. So 3 printers over here, 3 printers over here, 3 printers back there. We'll probably expand it over the next few months to do even more. And we're, like I said, right now we're printing a special miniature for Dave, which maybe I'll show you later. And then terrain for this industrial thing. And then we'll be back printing more Ravaged Star miniatures for the next update as well. So that's really it. Not a huge place, but it's the beginning. You've seen the beginning of the MiniWarGaming Forge. Happy wargaming.